Hi, my name is Kay. I'm a poet and a writer, and on this channel I do reactions to K-pop videos. Specifically, I like to do lyric reactions and breakdowns, and this group has been highly requested, especially by Mumus, who said that this group is also part of the same industry and who said their style would be really different. So I'm looking forward to that. This group is Onewe, which I believe is the correct way to say it. I got a lot of different requests, and I'm not totally sure that this was like the most popular song that everyone said I should react to, but it was the one I had on my list. So someone must have requested this one in particular. This one is Parting, and other than knowing that they have a really different sounding style, I don't really know anything about the group. It appears to be a boy group, and that's all I know. We're going in blind, but I've heard they have really interesting music and really good lyrics, so let's just go ahead and jump in and see what we think about them. Oh, they're very pretty right from the start. Ooh, okay. Always when there's longer lines, you know I'm gonna like it. Okay, so they play their own instruments. I feel like you guys told me that and I forgot. But so by the time the repeated collision between you and me dies down, some kind of meeting. So most likely saying like the heat between us, like this interaction between us, by the time this feeling dies down, by the time it could be either way. It could be by the time we stop butting heads or by the time we stop being attracted to one another. And most likely it's by the time we stop being attracted to one another because you're already turning against me. This is gonna be a sad song. I mean, it's called Parting, but it's gonna be a sad song. In just one day, before an asteroid fell to the earth, so before literally everything was wiped out, before the entire world ended, and this could be like their entire world because this relationship ended, may I let you know the words I wasn't able to tell you. So even though the relationship is ending, like this is the unsaid things between us. Ooh, you guys were so right. What beautiful lines. Okay, so as I'm being slowly pulled into your gravity, I love this. I can hear the sound coming from my hourglass. Just that soft sound of like the time running out, the sand falling. It makes almost no noise, like a hush, but that hearing that it's so quiet, or you're so focused on that noise that you're hearing the individual grains of sand falling, like it almost gives me shivers. Like to focus in on something so quiet and so I've never thought about like the hourglass as something that you could hear, period. Like what a cool way to think about it. Really neat. Really focuses you in on the sensory details of just like how kind of earth-shattering this end of this relationship is, how long they could see it coming for too, and how focused they were on the fact that it was ending. A dark shadow is sharply digging into me. I close both my eyes and leave my ears to you, like I'm still listening to you. Like I'm not looking anymore. Everything is sound. Like everything is sound in this. The whole of the relationship is just a bunch of listening and hearing these things. Very cool lyrics. I really like the extreme focus on that detail. Just everything is sound. Let's go back. Let's go back. I want to go before the chorus. Both are starlight, welcoming a night in full bloom. The piled up dust on the stars is gasping for air. I love that. First of all, the repeated S sounds sound fantastic. But the piled up dust on the stars. So both are starlight is welcoming a night in full bloom, which sounds like, you know, a good thing. It sounds like almost like sex, you know, like our lights and the night being just like bright and beautiful. But the dust on those stars, like the dust on, because it's their starlight, the dust on them, the dust on the relationship. Like you can think about stardust as like a beautiful thing. But wow, the sun came out and the brightness changed dramatically. I'm sitting by the window now, so wow, totally different lighting all of a sudden. Anyway, where was I going? Oh yeah, so the stardust is like a beautiful thing that you can imagine, but dust on the stars, if the stars is them, can be kind of a stagnation in their relationship. Dust builds up on things when they aren't used. The stars then are gasping for air through all of this dust. Like they really want to be free from the relationship. Like it's not working for them. There's nothing moving both of them, basically. That is such a beautiful line though. The piled up dust on the stars is gasping for air. That's gorgeous. Okay. There's so much. Oh, this is really beautiful. I want to fly high to the sky. I won't leave your stars. Spreading its darkness to the end of the sky, this star. And then he's saying one word I couldn't say to you. And then he says a whole lot of words after that, I must say. Like, it could be that there's a particular word in Korean and it's hard to catch it, but he says a lot of words after this one word I couldn't say to you. What is the one word, sir? Let's see if we can figure it out. See, it's sort of, the phrase sort of aims towards I cherish our memories, which could be a single word in Korean. It sounds like more than one though, but I'm not that familiar with Korean. So if the word is like this phrase for cherishing memories, then that makes sense. It doesn't translate to just one word, but that's okay. But if it's not that, what word is it? Continuously it rings once more on the rim of my ears, and again back to that sound, that ringing, and I believe it's that last word that's ringing on the rim of his ears. Isn't that gorgeous? Like the way to think about whoever translated this, if this is accurate translation, like what beautiful lyrics. If the person translated it, it's not that accurate, then the person who translated it did a really good job of writing a beautiful song. Because I really like that. Rings once more on the rim of my ears. And again, anytime you're using any kind of alliteration, it sounds great. You can overdo it, but rings and rim. Let's go into a poetry corner for a second. But when you're using similar sounds for things that you want to match up, it sounds fantastic. You're tying the ringing directly to the rim of the ear. That it's almost like, you know, when you go around the edge of a crystal, you get that sense from it because it's that kind of ringing around the rim. Alliteration is meant to tie things together. Every metaphorical technique you can use is used to link things. And so anytime you're using alliteration, you're linking those things together. And so if you don't intend for two things to be linked, using alliteration will make it really, really wonky. But if you do intend for them to be linked, using it makes it a very clear and obvious tie between them. That sounds fantastic. I mean, it sounds so good. have got to learn Korean. Because honestly, like if you had just had me listen to this song, I've been like, that was a good song, but I wouldn't really be into it. But the lyrics are outstanding, honestly. It's not final, it's Finale Whisper of a Puppet. Okay, this line is kind of awkward, but it's definitely like the finale of a puppet show kind of a thing. It's gotta be that kind of idea, like the final act, the big bow at the end for a puppet show. Like there's been some kind of an act going on and this is the end. And I can just bury it inside time and space quietly. Ooh, okay. As I was consumed little by little, your hand that would have reached out to me, don't let go till the end. There's definitely a sense of this almost like lacking in this relationship. Like they over and over, they're explaining this lacking as this like vastness of space basically between them. Like your hand would have reached out to me and don't let go till the end. But again, they use the term in past tense. So your hand didn't reach out. There was nothing to hold on to. Like don't let go till the end, but it sounds like the end had definitely already come. I'll endure and not let go of your hand. And again, they already used the past tense for it. And again, it could be translation error, but using the past tense of reaching out your hand and then saying, I won't let go of it in present tense. It's kind of sad, actually. After this moment that has been gradually drawing near is gone, I find my light. So after this parting, this ending that I've been, you know, anticipating for so long, that's when I find my light. And again, back to this idea of stars that's been coming back again and again. Finding your own light after the relationship is over, which you know is my jam. I love those kind of breakup songs so much. I've been doing so many of them so far. Oh, okay, we gotta go back through this quick part. I take back an elapse of time and space that I couldn't reach. And they talked about the time and space before, this amount of time that they gave to this person. And he's taking it back, taking ownership of it. This name that hurts my heart, I keep you within me. Like not forgetting the relationship, not forgetting the person. The lingering feelings of regret is the only one left. Insidious energy and misfortune again. The regret coming back is this insidious energy, something like making you wish that you could do more. And you can't always do more for a relationship. Like sometimes, I mean, especially if you've been at the point where you're like listening to the sand in the hourglass as time runs out, like if you've seen it coming for a long time, regrets are just insidious. Like they're not useful. It was always going to end. It was always meant to end. If a fairly small asteroid parting from this star went against time, if a fairly small asteroid parting from this star went against time, ooh, so that I could meet you once again. Oh, okay, we'll just play. I don't think I got to this part. We're just gonna start from the small asteroid. Ah! Ah! I loved that! Oh wait, what's the end bit? That was beautiful! So I went over the lines were gorgeous, really honestly, like what beautiful, beautiful writing. Let me know if that translation was kind of off, but honestly, it was gorgeous all the way through. Like if that wasn't an accurate translation and it could be better than that, I can't even see how. It was really, really well written. This whole idea of like still being in love, but also having seen this relationship ending for a very long time and knowing it has to end, and still wanting to keep like a piece of that with you and still having regrets. Like this is a very mature way to look at this ending where like it is inevitable. It is, you know, for the best. We're both going to be better for it, but it still hurts. I loved that so much. Okay, you guys were right about this group. I'm definitely going to be looking into more of them, because if any of their other songs are like that well written, we're going to have a delicious feast upon us, honestly. Like what gorgeous lines. Oh, that part with the sand in the hourglass is like in my head. How beautiful. I really, really liked it. Thank you so much for recommending this group to me. Like, I've been sleeping on this for far too long. I really liked that song a lot. Yeah, let me know what other songs of theirs have the best lyrics so we can get all of those out first before we go into more, because I definitely, if they're gonna keep being this good, I'm gonna keep getting into them. I'll have to learn all of the members' names, so I'll work on that. Learning new groups' names is like the hardest part, especially when some of the group members look a little similar and there's a lot of them. There aren't as many boys in this group, so maybe I can get them a little bit quicker. I'm still struggling to get everyone in all the groups that I've been reacting to. I'm working on it. Finally got all the Stray Kids. Thank you so much for recommending them. I post videos on Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Saturdays, and if you like this type of reaction video, please give me a like and subscribe so I know that you do, and I'll keep making more, and I will talk to you again very soon. Bye!